Test 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, that's right, I'm already live. Alright, I have to get my coffee though. Be right back. Alright, well, good morning. Good morning, all. I have a couple things. This is mostly just going to be me trying to see if I have enough time to get the some software that we wrote before onto the Teacup. The last couple streams ago, I prepared the SD card for booting, and that offers a way. So we can boot off of the flash chip. Sorry, you're right here. We can boot off of the flash chip, like to get some software on there that we actually wrote, and that'll bring us to a certain parity as we were with the original camera. And yeah, so I figured that was a nice small step that I could take. Other improvements include, you can't see it, but I have my whole wide monitor, just because I was able to get my setup from work configured so I didn't have to split the screen anymore. And the other thing that I was able to do was um, was related to chat. And while I haven't published this or anything yet, I'm able to take chat. Let's see if I can. Able to take chat and pop it out. And that was really just that I had to click the ellipses. So you see, if I do that, and I bring this in, I have chat. Now, of course, it's not really useful to us at the moment because not only is there nobody here, but oh, there he goes. There's Broke Down live. Yeah, so just so we're all clear though, I'm going to do some I'm going to see if we can get just some of the simple software working, but it's super low pressure. I'm just trying to improve with each iteration. I also attempted to move the microphone. I do plan on using like a lapel mic or something else, but I haven't had enough time to get that set up and tested with the rig. Yes. So, number one improvement, I can do chat. So that's nice. And now I've got to figure out where we would want it and that sort of thing, but whatever. Maybe just when I'm talking to it. More importantly, see, I need to rename this. But more importantly, I don't have to look at the main window where I can see myself in order to get to it. So I'm just going to do chat. Okay. Now there are a couple things. It was like a blending, but I'm not sure if it's with the open source version or if it's with this other version of OBS that I can do that. I'm looking at the transform menu right now on OBS. I am not going to go far into this. I'm going to click on filters. That's for the wrong window. Nope, not going to do it. Got to stay on track. Okay, first of all, quick update on Teacup. It's not much, but I did get an email and they said, thanks for the reply. We'll proceed as soon as possible. Oh, you know, my AC just kicked on. I'm going to turn it off. Don't know if that has an effect or not. So the PCB way order is underway. Let's hit the refresh button here really quick. Oh, and we got Captain Ron. See, we have a group now. Really, eventually, we need the two fellas here in chat with... Oh, it's not audible on stream. Fantastic. It's fairly comfortable in here right now, so I'm just going to keep it off. But thank you for letting me know. See, now in the recording, everybody can see the chat and they'll know what's going on. It's like a real production here. Where was I? Yes. So, the production. Oh, look, we've moved into delivery from on the production status. Let's see what that is. Sorry, I'm distracted by the delay. All right, I'm past it now. So if you recall from before, we were in fabrication process, right? You know, they did the review. The waiting payment didn't take too long because I just got out my credit card, and thankfully I don't have an uncompleted payment. Production status is where we were at for a long time. I did have not an engineering question, but we did have that snag, right? And then now we're to delivery. And if we go to delivery, in theory, now I can click on production tracking and oh, look, it says current process shipped. So here is the, I don't know if you can, I don't know how to just do a quick magnification. I feel like that's something that I want out of the accessibility options in my desktop manager. So let's see. If we go back here, it starts material preparation, files preparation. This early in the morning, I don't know what MI means. We've got the surface mount process and quality control. They did the dip, cleaned the surface of the board. Thank you. Got a dip QC and shipped. I don't know if you guys noticed, but that was pretty fast after they were able to get to it. I want to be fair, they're all within their window. And we're going to do a waiting and feedback so I can have a place to give them feedback. So that's great. I just got an email. Thanks for your thanks. We'll continue. But and that's that was the only email I got. But then by logging in, you get a lot more detail. So that's fantastic. All right, that is the Teacup production update. I guess I should move along. Unless there's any questions here, I'll open it up to some questions in chat. And if I was really smart, what I would do is I'd take my browser and make it so that people could see both. That's fine. We'll get around to that refinement later. All right. So what I was going to do was grab my card reader, and eventually we'll get the teacup. But I am. By the way, let's switch over here so everybody can get the. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. I need the little deck. Here's the teacup board we're working with. Maybe if I hold it there long enough, we'll get a good fingernail out of it. And by that, I should hide my fingernails, but that YouTube will do a fingernail. And if we want to do it, here I'm going to go a little bit playful, and we'll do 2 shots. We'll be like, here, wait a minute. Can I take a? I know. Now I'm getting fancy. I think I'm going to use my remote and take a little picture. So see if I get up real close, and we make sure you do eyes in a thumbnail. Okay. Yep. Line it up like this. And I think because I'm going to zoom, I'm going to come in a little bit. And we're going to do this. Actually, I'm supposed to be a little bit out of focus, and I should have changed the lighting, but I'm not going to. Okay, hold on. Invalid during USB streaming. Okay, whatever. I guess we're just going to mark it, and it'll happen later. Oh, here's the other one. We got oh, it's upside down. Okay, beautiful silk screen. And in reality, it should be on the other side because we've got Teacup. And I don't know, should I be drinking from the teacup? I have a preview window on my camera. I don't know why I'm looking at OBS. No, and now you can see my blemish from all the stress I've had lately. There we go. See, that's a good one. Let's turn that around and do that again. Sorry for the mic bump. There we go. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Here, see, I'm trying to do production activities. Anyway, I'm going to take out the SD card. I'm sorry. All that was just about me taking out the SD card. Putting it into my trusty reader. Yes, I will try to make a commitment. I do have another webcam, surprisingly, as Broke Down like to point out with all the cameras that I have. It's just that most of them are in a box, kind of taken apart. But I do have another good webcam, and I have another good camera. So we're on the Sony Z. I always forget what it's called. Hold on. ZV-1, very popular among the creators, the creative class, as a blogging camera. Oh, I have another surprise. Did you notice? I'm on full screen right now, and if I hide my browser, I'm on my good camera on the second view, and that's because I got smart and realized that for the video devices, I'm not going to bother sharing it right now, but for the video devices, the issue that I was having with locking was that I didn't click in OBS the add existing. So I was adding a new connector, right? And it makes sense. We're all in the same application. So from a data streams standpoint, they just needed to reuse the same object. So again, production quality increasing every day. I need to know, I have 2 USB ports here. I'm sorry, the point was I'm going to do an overhead cam. I promise I'm going to have more cameras, especially if I'm going to be doing streaming like this. And I got to admit, I do like doing the production videos, and I mean, editing is fun. I know you probably can't tell, but live production is actually the kind of thing that I'm more used to. So it is probably more of where I'll veer, especially since it just gets out there, and then I'm just going to have to deal with the fact that it, might look like a hot mess express sometimes. We need the chat on this window too, especially. So I'm going to add that. We're just building up the OBS deck. I'm going to do a window capture, add existing, and do chat. And see, in this case, making it bigger would make a little bit more sense now, wouldn't it? We'll just do, let's do this. Or, I guess, I don't remember if it's the, oops, sorry. We put it over here, and then we do this kind of thing where, and you know, there I've got the chat. I've got the chat. I'm talking to you. We can interact. Sure. This is also a good place. I appreciate, again, I don't know that I assume that anybody's ever going to join. This is a great place to give out news. Um, and I apologize. I did debate about just going through Discord, just being like, I'm just catching up on Discord right now, really, so that you guys know that I do attempt to do that. Um, but fantastic news. Broke Down is hoping today to have a new Flash image for the Teacup. I got distracted building a Flash layout tool. That's awesome. Uh, you know, I had an idea along that line as well because I was just trying to figure out um, how this even works. Oop, that's the wrong. Again with the OBS. Okay, I'm just going to say you can hear me, so it's not a big deal. Um, let me go into the projects, and then we're going to get started. I inserted the SD card. Um, where is this? It's not in build root. Wow. I think I did it in user space. Yes, I've lost where my things are. I've lost myself. I bet it's in Teacup bootable. Nope, that's just the one you sent me. Fumbling around here. Firmware. That's the problem, is I labeled it build root. Here, I'll change it. I don't have anything like scripted here. I labeled this build root, but that's not really the build root directory. It's the here. It's build root to build root working. There we go. Not to be confused with whether build root is working or not. Just that, you know, it's us working on build root. Ha. I'm going to move my. We're just experimenting here. I don't mind being in the middle of the terminal. Again, I'm pretty sure you remember what I look like. Now I've covered up my chat window, but I have plenty of resolution. Best Flash layout tool ever, or something along those lines. Um, I concur. Okay, so back on my track. Yes. Okay. So we're in the Open IPC project, which is really probably what I should call this. Um, and one of the ways that you go about building, this is where I'm supposed to also perhaps, well, in this case, I could just have chat be the stuff at the top. This is a lot of fiddling. Nobody likes the fiddling. Okay. I have to be a little bit careful because this will just fire off into a new build. You can do building, right? So this is the kind of the wrapper that goes along with OpenIPC. and I have not done this successfully. I did do it successfully with some other images, x86 and the RISC. Yes, it's not RISC. Raspberry Pi is ARM. ARM. Thank you again. Early in the morning. Uh, I did do it successfully via this method for the Ngenic, because if we go all the way down here, nope, over here, we do have these different builds. Um, it complained to me when and failed the build at some point. Yeah, thank you. I've got to get used to having a side saddle on chat. It's very useful. All right, this wasn't exactly why I was here. So, nope. I'm going to finish my thought though. So you have this wrapper, because what normally happens, to my current understanding, is that with OpenIPC, this is kind of the directory structure that you get. You can run that building.sh, and I haven't I haven't looked inside it much, except yeah. So it essentially feels like a templating engine. So the thing is that if I go ahead and start it, when I hit OK, it's going to go ahead and start building. And I'll do it here just because I want it to happen. Let's say T31 Ultimate. And boom, it's make dist clean, it's running it through. But my question is, uh, can I go ahead and do the, can I select the packages? Let's do make dist clean, because normally you would do that in the build root directory. Maybe I was just clicking the easy button. List configs, clean. Let's look at the chat. Nope. So broke down. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I mean, like, if you've got the simple answer here for that, okay, here we go. Lets you choose packages with menu config. And I have you mean of build root, which, where did I put it? Or, oh, no, it's per. It's br chip Ngenic. Nope, that's the board and configs. Why is my brain completely dumping? I could swear that there was simply a copy. Oh, maybe it's disappeared because I did a dist clean. But it downloads build root. I thought I had the early this the latest one. What if I ran through it? Yeah. So make prepare downloads build root. Build root. Oh, I didn't want to do make. That's not it. Yeah, it is. This one based on memory. So this is vanilla. so far off from what I said I was going to do. Okay. I understand it a little bit better. But I guess the question is if we can do make menu config here, and we can't at the moment. I don't know if it's the version that I have, um, but I hope you understand where I was going. Like how do I, how do I select those packages? Anyway, what I was going to do though is I'm gonna shift gears, and we're going to mount this SD card, and then I'm going to copy a few things to it. Um, if they're not already compiled, I guess I'll have to get out the guide and compile them. But I think I already have some compiled. Okay. Isn't it -L or something? -C? Nope. Can I just do this? No. I've just never gotten into dmessage. You guys are so much better than me. I'm a um, varlog messages guy still. All right. Reconsole level follow -W. It clears it. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Nope. This is a sideline, but okay. I don't know if I have any cron tab entries. No, I don't. Okay. So, many years ago, I was on, when I was like on an on-call operations kind of situation for an MSP. We used a lot of cron jobs, and I was not on rotation, but I had the guy that was. Okay, he was doing a maintenance, and I think this is Solaris box, but we're modifying the cron tab for something. Cron tab -E, right? Okay, so now I'll put you in there. I think I haven't done any cron tab stuff here. We'll do 2. Okay, and you edit your cron tab, and then you right quit, and you're good to go. And if you do cron tab minus help, so that we can see what it is. Here, I'll just so you do cron tab, and instead of E, and I want you all to sit there and look at your keyboard for a second. If instead of hitting E, right next to it is R. Let's just imagine that you're an on-call guy. You've already been like woken up 8 times during the night, and it's like it's like 2:30 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, and you hit E instead of R, and you dump the cron tab on the production box, and then you call your buddy and say, "Hey, I just deleted this customer's cron tab. Did we have that in subversion or backed up or what? Am I going to have to go to tape? Am I going to have to call those guys? Is there a way to recover it?" And as much as we could find, at least within the window that we felt like was appropriate, which was about 30 minutes, no. Unix is big boy. You were root, and you deleted the cron tab. And so there you go. There's your word of caution. E versus R on your cron tab. Yep. And I mean, no news is good news in Unix, right? He did -R, boom, gone. Here, I'll do it because it won't do anything because I don't have a cron tab. Okay, it's gone. And it says, well, what did I do? Huh? And then goes back up and then goes E and then now it's blank. It used to be full of batch jobs and nightly runs and all sorts of stuff. Okay, I'm sorry. Just triggered my memory. Got me monologuing. It's follow, I think, and I know I'm doing this the hard way. I'm not Googling. So W for follow, for wait for new messages. Wait. I'm going to unplug, or I'm going to eject. Yeah, see? Okay, great. Now I'll probably remember it because I didn't just look it up. I'm going to put it back in, and I saw it. It's SDB2. Okay, I've learned something new. Now here's the other annoying part. I'm pretty sure that it already auto-mounted. Yeah, it already auto-mounted it in my because I got to turn that off at some point on the backlog. Okay, well whatever. So they're already in there. I'm going to copy this to the ext3 file system. If you recall from last time, um, this was not only partitioned to media, my name, GUID. It's the second partition, but it's also the root operating system partition. Let's just imagine, is there a home in here? There's not. Okay. There's a opt. Let's put in opt. Put in tests. Okay. So now I think that if I go, I don't remember when I just, this is, I think it's in here, in our handy. Okay, well we have a MIPS hello world. I don't remember if that's the right hello world or not. Of course I don't. Bin walk hello world. Nope. Okay, I know where it is then. I just might end up having to build it. It's inside this directory in the samples, and I did simple samples. And let's do bin walk donut mips hello. All right, so here's our targets. So I know I'm cheating, and I'm not even using tmux. But we're going to copy donut to here, and we're going to copy hello. Yeah, I sure hope that's the right one, even though I didn't use the dot. Okay. So those should both be in that directory. And then we're just gonna, here, broke down. I'm gonna hit sync. And okay, that actually didn't take too long because, well, I guess, does anybody ever run sync for just the, yeah, I could do it based on a file system. It's really what I should do. It's not so bad on here, although like I have, you know, oh, where is it? Z pool. Okay, please forgive me because I always forget. Yeah, it's Z pool status. So on this laptop, I have a couple. I actually went ahead and did I don't know if I ever mentioned this. With this laptop, I'm booting off of ZFS. ZFS is my root file system. Isn't that exciting and scary? When I installed it, I said that's the thing that I want to do. So anyway, that's I used the version of Ubuntu, the newest version of Ubuntu that has that in there. And then I have two additional. They're not mirrored or anything, okay? But what I'm able to do is I'm able to do. I don't know if any of these are in my history. You know, I can do a snapshot, right? And then I can send that snapshot over to my server in its file system, right? Uh, and then it's got incremental updates to the different file systems. I just love ZFS. I'm not going to get too sidetracked, I promise. Let's unmount this file system and get it into the teacup. What's our time like? Yeah, it's already been 30 minutes. I'm just never quick. Just never quick, am I? Let's get out of here and umount dev sdb1, sdb2. Okay, so then that's done. Removing the SD card. Using a SDHC card that's 32 gigabytes from SanDisk. And what I love, although I haven't written anything on it. Let me, no, I just get off into so many sidetracks. But look at that. It's got a little spot for a label. Just a little spot for a label. I'd like, we just write whatever we want right in there. Okay. Gonna take my teacup. Gonna take my insert the card. This is so very exciting. Oh, and again, I trusted whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I trusted the preview on my camera versus what's on OBS, and so I had forgotten to switch off the terminal when I held this up and showed you the thing. It's okay. You don't even care. All right, so I have to hook this back up. My red line is RX, so that needs to go to TX. Everything else should already be aligned. That's reverse. Yes. RX. Just always make black ground. I mean, unless you're... Okay. I guess I should get my terminal ready, although I'm going to just plug this in directly. Oh yeah, I'm not plugging in the power just yet, so I have time. 5%. I need to get USB adapter of some sort. Excuse me. I mean, this is very much... Oh, here we go. Here's a nice short one. Oh, little short dude right here. Did you get a compatible USB network adapter? I have not checked into that yet. I'm kind of hoping that I can use the USB off of the camera that I took apart, the Victor. Yeah, I never published this, did I? I have. That's a stream, I guess. I know I told you guys, but put it back together just a little bit. Yeah, please forgive me for how I'm handling this. All right, because it's all still kind of together. If it's going to even work. Yeah. So I was hoping that I would be able to use that guy. I have an antenna. It's just it has an adhesive on it. Um, so if I recall, that was a supported USB network adapter, at least by OpenIPC. But I have not got networking working yet on it. We're still doing this the floppy way. I'll tell you what, in this economy, I'm super happy to be employed. Let me put it that way. And so, I have been working my butt off. Sorry, I'm just doing a little cleanup here. Oh, before I go, I got these great snack packs. My wife picks up snack packs at the discount place. This one has, like roasted nuts and cheese crisps, and things in it. But see, here's the thing: is that she has to make this bet that I like it because we've she filled my snack bucket up with them, and yes, and I'm pretty sure all of the I'm pretty sure all of these things, this was like $1, and they're not expired still. That's my snacks. Uh, you whatever. Anyway, when you do this, when you have let's call it bulk lifestyle, right? You're buying things in bulk. When you have a deal, and so, um, you know, there was we've had cheese crisps before, but like basically, by the time you get towards the end of the bulk, you're pretty much burnt out on them, and then it's just about time to get something new. All right, I'm gonna uh, bring up my terminal adapter. I also do want to get obviously the Z modem stuff working on here. It's probably what I'm going to do before I get networking. Again, it's just based on the pace. And if I could just manage to talk less when I'm on stream. Okay, stand by. I'm going to refocus. So we're in our terminal adapter, and I'm going to power on. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm just going to let it boot all the way. I would like to just have the firmware hang on boot. I'm sorry, like just dump into a prompt or the boot the boot thing. Here, give me a second. I'm gonna while this is no, it's already booting up, but I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my next cup of coffee started. Apparently, we're doing 2 cups of coffee at least on this. Oh, let's see. Let me check the chat. Uh-huh. Oh, weird. It killed one of my messages. Use minicom. Yeah, I will use Minicom. I'm trying to remember if it was that I didn't know how to do scroll back or that I'm just so used to screen. But I definitely will use that. Do we already have Zmodem baked into OpenIPC? Like I was just gonna I was gonna do two tests. I mean they should be the same, but I was just gonna boot this and then um, see it's already created this. I was gonna see if these would just run here too. P2. Is it gonna work? Dev MC P2 to mount. Let's see P2. There's T ext3. What did I do wrong here? This is right. Huh. Okay. I'm going to take the easy way. And I say that, and it's not really the easiest way, but we're going to go with this. Would have been easier as if I probably could have gotten that working. Use the README that didn't work that one time, and I don't know why. Okay. But this is exactly what we did last time. I probably just was going too fast when I was trying to mount it and when I was doing this. That's why I need music. I need to figure out music so I can just shut up. That's normally the way that I work on this kind of stuff. All right, here we go. Is it going to boot? Get my coffee. I still wish my chats would ding. I'm rocking the Donut Shop K-Cups this morning because we're out of ground coffee. Let's check the date, make sure. Yep, 5/5. So we're on the new build. It's going to opt. Oop. Opt. Tests. You ready? We'll do hello first. Oh, can't load library lib thread. I bet this isn't going to work either. Nope. LD. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember the difference between LD and LD help, or LDD. And hello. Well, that was a rising failure. Rising failure? A failure. That was a spectacular failure. I guess that did we not use? No, this has got ulibc. But lib The standard C++ library is not available. Oh, did I compile these? Well, I know the second one may have. Yeah, they're C++. Yeah, I need to recompile them with static. What time is it? Yeah, I'm not going to have time to do this. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave it on a cliffhanger, folks. I have to help the baby get ready for school any minute now. So that's where we're at. Is I'll have to recompile them with static, or obviously get all the like. In theory, we could just get the libraries over as well, but compiling them with static, making them fat, would be good. So there we go. I guess that'll be on the next episode, or hopefully I can tinker with this today, and then come back and have it work. Because I'm just kind of readjusting my workload just reconfigured, but it's not over the hump yet. So, all right. I am going to spend what variable amount of time I have left catching up on the wonderful Discord to see if I missed anything. We did have, here's the thing I want to make sure that I'm doing. Again, not that I'm super confident that people are going to really read this, but we did have several folks join yesterday. So shout out to Four Fools, and who was the other one? This is one of the things I was thinking of doing in an actual like stream or even a video that's like a community update. Um, to Four Fools is I'd like to go back through the introductions and um, compile them, and then present members of the community here. Obviously, with as little personal information as they have shared. Um, Cost tab, I think, was the other. That was yesterday. Yes. So see, for example, so you have an idea. So like we have one of the things that I'm loving about this project. See, I have the chat on the bottom. Keep it up at the top. One of the things that I love about this project is that we have folks from all points in their journey. Can I make this any bigger? Yeah, a little bit bigger. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Costab is a computer science student from Spain, right? We have all of us are students, but I'm assuming that what they're meaning to say, or that their intent is to say that they're at the beginning of their journey, and they are a CS student attending something like a university or a trade school. Um, and this was this is one of the things I got particularly excited about, is that they are also a ham radio operator. There's a lot of crossover because, well, a lot of the original open source and the nerd community, because of the engineering and excitement and the bleeding edge of technology, was ham radio operators. So we're definitely going to be getting into some of that. I mean, that's this board. The reason that I fought for the audio so hard to be on one of the breakout pins was very specifically for a couple ham radio use cases. Uh, so we'll get back to that. But anyway, welcome cost tab. If I recall, I didn't get too much yesterday, but I want to call out for Fools. I do believe that if it wasn't Cost Tab, yes. So Cost Tab, I do believe, gave a Python, C, Arduino's, ESP32, and trying to learn Rust. I think all of us that understand, I think all of us are understanding that Rust is on the rise, if you will, and is a language that we should be continuing to look at. And I think that we're going to do that on this project, on the Teacup stuff as well. Um, Last one, I want to go back through to make sure. There's some great discussion yesterday that I did get to read um, about. So I would say broke down um, and Captain Ron. We are, you know, we're not spring chickens. We are also all so we're further along in our career. We've seen a lot, and none of us are embedded engineers. So I'm just going to put this out there. From an accessibility standpoint, it's not that we don't all have backgrounds in things like Unix and electronics and things like that. But it's not our day job. It's none of our day jobs. In fact, I think Captain Ron is I forgot what you called it, but it's a data, like a data engineer, right? Like almost like a data scientist. Um, Data analyticist, analyst. I forgot. Anyway, uh, but this kind of product development is not any of our day jobs necessarily. So you can too. And then we also have some folks that are even closer to like retirement that have been either in the aerospace engineering or in, so they're even further along. Um, uh, let's call them, nope, yes, our bad. Our graybeards, our graybeards that still hold the fort, and I've written Fortran for systems, but I think lest we not forget the computer history. Anyway, sorry, I'm monologuing again. We had four fools join. I kind of wanted to see what his full introduction. I'm sorry, their full introduction was. Um, and I don't remember if I really saw it. Um, cost tab. Four fools joined. I know that there was chatter. Yeah, here we go. Um, we saw the YouTube videos explaining the T31 chip and thought it was interesting. And this was the point that I was particularly excited about. Uh, was mostly interested in making a sort of iPod motherboard replacement, but seems like Bluetooth support might be difficult. And then, Broke Down jumped in there, and they had a little discussion. And of course, my thing is, and I would be very excited to have these boards for all of the different series of Ingenic processors. We're starting with this one because there's already a lot of work about gone on about it, and it is still the first community dev board that I know of that features this processor. So I'm excited because of my idea of reimagining electronics, and I like this idea that you would make a motherboard that would fit into an old iPod, and then you could bring that iPod back to life. I like that idea a lot. It also all goes to reuse, recycling. got a lot of silicon, a lot of things out there, a lot of good lessons learned in user interface design. And we haven't even talked about that kind of aspect of things, the culture, I guess. There's a lot of cool stuff with user experience, is the better way to even say it. Um, Hints from history that we may lose, quite frankly. And because specifically I'm over a certain threshold. I've always been like this, but I am over a threshold, and so it makes even more sense for me to pick up the torch and say, "Hey, don't forget, Palm Pilots. Palm Pilots were so awesome because everything was they took special consideration that every function was available within 3 taps, right? They would create a design principle and then stick with it, and nobody like it was not a feature. It's not a specific feature. This is again why things like feature development and product development are not just a collection of features. They are this intent where you say, if I have a design principle and I stick to it, that will make this more than the sum of its parts, more than the sum of its features. And as software engineers, hardware engineers, I think that we need to make sure that we're remembering some of those kind of tenets, right? Let's make sure that we're having some sort of intent um, with the things that we're building. Yes. Okay. I guess I should take my own advice here and make sure that I have intent with this channel. I'm going to stop rambling and finish catching up on the Discord. I welcome you all. The link should be in the description to join the Discord as well. And I'll see you soon. I don't know what I'm going to do for tonight or tomorrow as far as the stream goes, but if there's any material changes, I will at least post something quick. Uh, have a wonderful day. Happy Friday. And this is Handy, and happy hacking.